This is Sandy Alt reporting from the wild, and this is the audio podcast companion to my blog on Substack. This is episode 24. See how the rich rape. In a signature move, the pedo-reptiles in the Trump tyranny administration want to let the rich rape.
Scandal schmandal,
they slobber as they shake their heads to match the pace of their incessant oscillation between human and ghoul form.
It's not his signature,
the sycophants screech as their unblinkable brills cloud over from the maleficent malodor oozing from their labial scales.
It doesn't even look like his signature,
they sibilate, swinging a pendulum of spit from their lying lips to hypnotize us against believing our own eyes and sensibilities. A legion of detracting demons and abettors of diddlers strike up a rapey refrain designed to obfuscate from the obvious and ensure this: that the rich can rape children without consequences and retain power. From the cross-caparisoned White House perjury secretary's lying lips to many of the Trump-tonguing rape-publicans in Congress, the password for getting to stay in the Deviant Dawn Club is this signature shtick: don't believe what you read, see, hear, know. Variants include
fake news, it's a Democrat hoax,
and the aforementioned, my favorite, that's not his signature. And what? Believe instead the preposterous?
That some prophet or prognosticator could see in 2003 that Democrats would need a hoax and thus clandestinely concocted an exact replica of the future Putra Perez's signature in those days, plus a styled drawing remarkably like those he was known for producing, and then fossiced a sure to be seen in 2025 depository for this forgery and installed it there to be bound into a leather book?
Who might have been said diviner? One of the aliens who control the weather with Jewish space lasers? How stupid do the rich think we are? Okay, there's room to agree that a large number of us are stupid. But stupid enough to believe this? And allow a global gaggle of gluttons for girls gazillionaires, perhaps including the one sitting in the Oval Office, to go on molesting and trafficking youth for their pedophilia penchant? If this line is crossed and the public allows it, what will we see next? A promenade of the powerful invited to choose a child from an array assembled ceremoniously on occasion in the newly paved Rose Garden? The annual Easter egg hunt on the White House lawn an opportunity for billionaire bashaws and pompous pedos to peruse a menu of unspoiled child flesh to ravish? A traditional cotillion of 11 to 13-year-old girls in the proposed new gold filigreed White House ballroom on display as tokens for the filthiest rich moneybag men who come to mouthfinger the orange obscenity?
This is not a far-fetched extrapolation. In an in-depth article in the New York Times Magazine this week, reporters David Enrick, Matthew Goldstein, and Jessica Silver Greenberg revealed findings from more than 6 years of reporting that indicates that the richest of the rich and the most powerful potentates across the globe funded, assisted, loaned, contributed, and turned a blind eye to a massive organization helmed by Trump's former bestie, which trafficked girls and young women from across the globe. By jet, by yacht, by private helicopter, to a private island in the Caribbean and a remote ranch in New Mexico, and to the houses and palaces of the puissant, these children were bought and traded to be used as sex toys for the rich boys. And more than a few wives abetted, an empire flourished for decades, involving billions of dollars, hundreds of people, and the quiet consent and often active sanction of the richest men across the globe. Bankers, hedge fund managers, political leaders, celebrities, and captains of industry stayed silent, lied and denied, and elsewhere joked about the ruination of thousands of girls' lives. And even if a few of these billionaire bolsterers didn't take part in the girl goods, they assisted the violators by breaking rules, failing to report crimes, covering up and going along, and especially providing the financial wherewithal for the craven cartel to continue.
In the 2 large leather-bound volumes of the Epstein birthday book, now made public by the House Oversight Committee, we see evidence that a plethora of people knew exactly what was going on and found it charming, comical, even delightful. And they proved this by lauding Epstein in their cartoons, comments, and cards in the book. There is no mistaking how blasé the contributors were to the pedophilic activities of the man they were heralding on his birthday.
This molestation mafia is packed with the richest of the rich. In Redacted, the real Epstein list, Greg O'Leary presents a cavalcade of powerful Epstein patrons and associates who must have known what he was up to. PBS News featured Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna remarking after seeing the book,
"There's some very rich and powerful people that need to go to jail."
These potent pedophiles protect one another, and they buy and install a force of politicos who will protect them, if not participate with them. Can we ever rely on this administration to arrest this perversion when previous, more moral and democratic administrations have not? And how can we deny what we also see in the reprobate Republicans in Congress? They are some combination of unwilling to stand up for children and content to be complicit in their abuse, eager to lie their Trump's backside-stained lips off to deny them justice and safety. I feel compelled to add that these power-drunk pedos are so full of themselves and their privileged entitlement to destroy young lives that they think their constituents will either believe the eructation they excrete from their permanently puckered lips or not care at all about what happens to kids they destroy. History recommends a remedy, one which has worked throughout the centuries. The problem of pedophilia could easily be over with a quick and easy fix. Castrate the rich. This has been Sandy Alt reporting from the wild. Every week or so, I publish a written blog on Substack, and then a few days after, I produce a podcast version like this one. You can read and subscribe to the companion blog to this podcast on Substack at sandyalt.substack.com. There, you can see footnotes for the articles and the video clip I've referenced in this post, and an ancient illustration from an illuminated manuscript first published in 1466, which depicts the historical solution to which I made a farcical suggestion here. I want to thank 2 talented voiceover artists from our team of Democracy Rockers, Sheila Allred and George Jackson, for lending their talent to this episode. Also, I couldn't do this without the astute eyes of my content development team cohorts, Teresa Daus-Weber and Eric Brody. Eric is the author of the Decency and Sense newsletter on Substack. Check it out. And many thanks to the multi-talented Brian Reed for the graphics for this episode. And if you want more stories from the wild, look for my Wild Mystery series in book, audiobook, and ebook. You can start with any book in the series and go wild.